I love my coffee in the morning. Hello, welcome to Shad Life. You probably noticed already that I'm sitting down. Well, I'm sitting on my new Park Tools bike shop stool. I should have got one of these a long time ago. Where's the little lever? Here it is. This can lower, it can raise, just like an office chair, and is perfect for working on bikes. So why did I get this stool all of a sudden, even though I should have had one of these a long time ago? Well, I have a pinched nerve in my lower back. So the L5, bulging disc, pinching a nerve, shooting pain down my left leg. I actually had this numbness of my left leg happen when I was in New Orleans this year around Mardi Gras time. What was happening is I'm walking around a lot and then standing a lot. So I'd be standing watching these parades and things for quite a long time, and that kind of activity really starts to aggravate my lower back. Well, I noticed that I had numbness starting to happen in my left leg, and that was the first time that started to happen. So I went to TRIA, where I had my knee replacement, orthopedic place, to have my spine looked at. They did an MRI, all this stuff, found all these issues with bulging discs, this and that, and whatever. I did some PT after that, but unfortunately I kind of got into summer and just procrastinated doing the work I needed to do and got into riding and everything. Everything was fine all summer long. And then I went on this trip to Austin, Texas. I went on this food tour thing that was like 4 hours long. And well, what do you do on something like that? You walk around and you stand and listen to the tour guide talk about the different places. Yeah, we taste tested some food. We did sit down a few times, but not for very long. Most of it was standing, doing that same exact activity that irritated my back when I was in New Orleans. And my left leg was kind of going numb, and I was kind of like just dealing with it, whatever. But it got worse. All of a sudden I started getting this shooting pain, and then my calf started to have like a muscle spasm and stuff, and it wouldn't go away. That night I was trying to sleep, and I had this pain in my calf, and I couldn't, normally you can massage that stuff out like a cramp. Wouldn't go away. So I was like, oh. So I started taking ibuprofen. I just kind of was like, well, I'm in Austin, I'm gonna finish out my trip, and then when I get back home, I'll go to my favorite place, TRIA. And so I scheduled an appointment while I was in Austin, and the day that I got back, or the day after I got back, I went in and had them, take a look at things and stuff. And so basically this bulging disc, pinching a nerve, causing my leg to go numb, shooting pain, and so on. So the good news of all of this is biking isn't the problem. Biking isn't what causes this to happen. I'm seated most of the time when I'm on my bike, and if I am standing, I'm usually in a pretty good position. I would say, at least right now, while I'm kind of recovering, I need to stay out of doing any kind of jumping or riding BMX, skate park, stuff like that. I gotta just put that on the back burner for a little bit while I'm recovering. They have me doing a lot of strengthening exercises, not so much the front abs, but these sides, obliques, things like that, to really support my lower back. And it's already starting to help, believe it or not. Just a few days of doing PT, and it's starting to feel better. So I have a feeling I'll be back on track here very shortly. But it just is kind of unfortunate. This is pretty common, believe it or not, especially for people that are older. And I talk a lot about being an older rider, especially riding at the level that I ride at. And it can be challenging sometimes. I had my knee replacement. That was a game changer. It's allowed me to prolong doing this. But when I have warning signs, and I feel pain, I really need to listen to it, and sometimes I don't. A perfect example of that, and that's why I got this stool, is I tend to do this. I'll be standing, I'll be working on my bike, I'll bend over and I'll be working on my derailleur and or brake or something like that, you know, doing all this stuff, right? And I'll start feeling the pressure and the pain in my lower back. The problem is I'm so focused on getting the work done and trying to get this done and whatever that I just ignore it. And I need to stop doing that. This stool will be a game changer, and I should have got one of these a long time ago. It's not like I just learned that these exist, right? So I kind of, you know, shouldn't beat myself up about it, but sometimes I do. I'm like, come on, Shad, get with the program. So when I'm working on this kind of stuff, even now when I'm just doing this video and just kind of pretending I'm working on something, oh, it's so different. I'm so much more relaxed. I could do this. Like, it's so much better. Like, so I'm very glad that I'm, you know, realizing that, yes, I need to change how I do things. Very important. I want to, you know, I talk about it, you know, I want to maintain my body and be able to do the things I like to do for longer. You know, I am 56 years old and I can't just keep ignoring things. So if I have things that I do that cause back pain, I need to prevent that from happening, whatever that is. Yes, when I go on vacation, do I like to go on like a tour or something like that? But I might just have to either not do the tour, or I might have to figure out a way I can do that tour and not stand. I don't know how that would work, you know. They usually just have you walking around and you have to go in places, so that's the way you do a tour, and I might just not be able to do that kind of tour anymore. I don't know yet. Or if there's a way, you know, maybe doing all the strengthening stuff I'm doing in PT, and if I stick with it and not just do it enough to get better and then stop doing it, right? I got to stick with it. Maybe that'll help me be able to stand around more and do things like that. I don't know yet, but I have to just be more aware of that stuff because, you know, I certainly don't want my lower back to prevent me from doing the things I like doing, like BMX and jumping my mountain bike and stuff like that, and doing the more kind of extreme side of things. So yeah, I have to take care of myself. Pretty important, right? So that's pretty much it. Just a little update about my space here. I have started to purge things. I've got a long ways to go yet. I just got started working on things over here. I moved my charging stuff up there to get it off my bench. I've been doing all my charging on my bench. Well, that leaves me very small workspace, right? So I need to have more space here. With the stool, if I'm working on like taking off a cassette or doing rotors or things, I can actually lower it, have the wheel here and do that work here rather than be standing and bent over. You know, there's just a lot of little changes I'm going to make now. And I want to make this area more presentable and so on. So yeah, pretty much that's it. That's all I got for an update for now. I have a couple of videos that'll be coming out soon. One is a new bike that I have, which I will talk about in another video. And another is I'm going to go do a tour of the Life brand or Ride brand headquarters. They're the ones that make my Shad Life merchandise. And I want to do a little tour there and talk with Dustin about his facility and things like that. I think that'll be pretty cool. So look for that coming soon. I appreciate your support for my channel. Please like and subscribe. Peace. Whee! Wow. Like being a kid again.